What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real, and I repeat, the real Miami Dolphin fans. Shout out to all the real Miami Dolphin fans in the building. Shout out to Angry Homie, just became the newest member of TDPHINSTALK. Anyone who would like to become a member of the family, go to the homepage of TDPHINSTALK, hit join, and select which membership you like to partake in. And we welcome you. And welcome to the family, Angry Homie. All right. Welcome to the family, man. I hope you enjoy it. And shout out for selecting the Pro Bowl status. I appreciate you, man. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How is everybody doing tonight? Y'all punch that like button. We got 150 people in the building and 60 likes. We're going to have 300-400 people in here before you know it. So punch that like button because we got some things to talk about. There are some major things that happened today. And we're going to talk about it. All right. We have to. Shout out to Pete, said TD is Tua still taking us to the Super Bowl. Last I thought, right? Right, Pete? Last I thought he was, right? So we're going to talk about a lot, man. Let me go ahead. I want to go ahead and start. I want to get into everything that we're going to talk about. Well, first and foremost, our guy Van Ginkel, he is on IR. That was a major thing that happened today, right? Van Ginkel goes on IR. That means he's done for the season. Just so you know, the new IR rules, if you're placed on IR, you are done for the whole year unless the Miami Dolphins waive you, which is cut you, and then re-sign you, which anybody will be eligible to do it then. But all these guys that are on IR, they are done for the whole season, ladies and gentlemen, unless the Miami Dolphins cut them and re-sign them. So Van Ginkel's out of there. That was the big news today. Oh, the other big news y'all talking about, huh? You talking about our new offensive lineman? Yes, we brought in another offensive lineman from the Ravens. That's two offensive linemen from the Ravens. Mance, however you want to pronounce it. He's going to bring a lot of versatility. He's going to bring a lot of I'm sorry. Y'all forgive me. It wasn't Van Ginkel. It was Vince Bezel. Sorry, I don't know. It's been a lot of crazy stuff happening today, so I'm all out of wax, right? All right, so not Van Ginkel, but Beagle, okay? Bezel, Beagle, whatever, right? So please forgive me for that. But the other biggest news of the day is, we got us another offensive lineman, y'all. We got another offensive lineman. And he is going to be really good quality depth, and he's going to be able to play any of the three interior offensive line positions. So I definitely think he makes the team, and that's going to be the left guard, right guard, and center position. I love that. I love that, man. So in Dolphins news, those were the two big things that happened today. You know, Bijou went on IR, and we got us an offensive lineman for some depth. You know, have y'all heard anything else going on out here? You know, it's Dolphin news. It's been quiet, right? Right? Oh, I knew what you're here for. I knew what you're here for. Y'all hit that like button because we're about to talk about what you're really here for. Hit the like button, man. Let's get these likes up, man. We got 215 people watching, only 101 likes. Get the likes up, man. I know what you're here for. We're going to talk about it, but let's get these likes up, man. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. Somebody said nothing. That's all, TD. Show over. I'm with you, Marianos. I'm with you, man. You tripping, TD. Am I tripping? Am I tripping, or is everybody like losing their mind today? All right, man. All right, man. Let's dive in. Okay. So we're all here about Watson. We're all here about Deshaun Watson. Why is this news? Nothing has ever, it never changed, ladies and gentlemen. For the record, I don't know how many million, quadrillions of times I got to tell y'all. The Miami Dolphins wanted Deshaun Watson 4 months ago, and we're going to get Deshaun Watson. The deal was already done. And then, bam, scandal hits. This ain't nothing new. They been wanted this man. This is the 5th time that this rumor has hit on a big scale. At what point are these people who are in denial going to finally believe it? They always wanted Watson. Now, if the last time I talked about this, I told y'all, if Houston doesn't come down on the price, it doesn't matter. Miami's not going to trade for Watson. So Tua it is. Let's go Tua. It is what it is. I already told you all the asking price is at a level where Miami's not willing to do it with the pending legal situation. I've been told y'all this. This ain't nothing new. And from my understanding, the price has always been high. And since the price was high, it's Tua time. And for the records, ladies and gentlemen, the price is still high. And for the record, it is still Tua time unless the Houston Texans get off their high horse and lower the price or consider conditional picks. That's the only thing. That is the only thing that's stopping all of this from happening. That's it. Nothing changed. You know, Greer want to go into this situation feeling like he done finessed them. And I don't blame him. It's too much of a risk. Tua has improved. You only do this if it's a steal and it's worth it. Now, if you make 2 of those first round picks conditional, you'll be out of your mind not to pull the trigger. Which means if Watson gets suspended or doesn't play, you get 2 first rounders back and you still retain his rights. But until the price goes down, Chris Greer ain't finna sit there and give the farm away. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, it's Tua time until you hear dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Breaking news, the Miami Dolphins just pulled the trigger on Deshaun Watson. But for the record, of course, he trying to get a deal done. Of course he trying to get a deal done. I've argued this so much that I told y'all I'm not talking about it anymore. I told y'all just straight up, man. Tua ain't Deshaun Watson. And you are a highly optimistic person to ever think that he'd reach that level. Nothing's wrong with that. Maybe he does. But that's a long shot. Watson is just better, period. Period. That's not a knock on Tua. It's not a knock on Tua. It's just not. If somebody said right now, would you trade Aaron Darnold for just any one of your defensive linemen? Would you do it? Yes or no in the comment section. I don't care who it is on this team. I don't care if you love them. Would you trade them? Would you trade Tyreek Hill for Jakeem Grant? It's a no-brainer. Would you trade Jalen Ramsey for Nick Needham? This ain't rocket science. People got to get out of their feelings. It's football. Get out of your feelings. This has nothing to do with Tua on a negative basis. It's just, come on, y'all. Come on. What has Brian Flores and Greer always said? We will always look for opportunities to upgrade this roster at every position. Why y'all think the quarterback position is exempt? Why all of a sudden is the quarterback position exempt from that? Absolutely makes no sense. It's people in their feelings that's bothered by this. It's that simple. If they made that trade right now, you actually see who all the real Dolphin fans are. You would see who all the real Dolphin fans are. Because you upgraded a position on your roster. And I got to be honest with y'all, I have actually made it a point. I have actually intentionally not talked about Watson for 3 weeks. I don't know if y'all have noticed that. I have intentionally not talked about Watson for 3 weeks. I have intentionally focused on Tua Tagovailoa, and I said when I go to camp, I want to really get a good look at him, and I was highly impressed. Highly impressed. You know the first time that I've thought about Deshaun Watson in 3 weeks? Do you know when that was? Let me tell y'all when the first time I thought about Deshaun Watson in the last 3 weeks. It was yesterday. It was yesterday when they posted a report of every team in the NFL and how much cap space they have next year. And when I saw the Miami Dolphins got almost $63 million and they're number 3 in the league, I said, with all this talent, how is that possible? We are masters. We could take on, 63 million, number 3 in the NFL. That's the first time I thought about Watson. But it brought me back to what I said before I stopped talking about him. I said, you know the beauty in all of this Watson thing since the price is too high? I said the beauty is we get to see a whole year of Tua before they actually make an official decision. We get to see a whole year of Tua so it can help us make a better decision. So we don't jump the gun. And today, when this report came out, of course, I made a few phone calls. And I think right now the organization is more worried about how this got out in the first place than the trade itself, which is backwards to me. But they more worried about how it got out, something they really not happy about. But when I thought about it today, somebody wrote an article that made all the sense in the world. And I pay attention to sense. They said even if the Miami Dolphins traded for Deshaun Watson, they would still be able to see Tua all year because Watson's cap hit is so small this year, 10 or 15 million, if I'm not mistaken. They'd be able to put him on the shelf and know what his situation will be next year, but have him under contract. And not only is that perfect for the Dolphins, but what it does, if Tua balls out, they'd be able to flip whatever they traded for him for even more assets. Even if they traded for Watson, they could even look at it as an investment to sell later on, even if they wanted to keep Tua. If they get him on a cheap price now and this legal situation works itself out, and say that it does work itself out sooner than later and the league goes ahead, like hypothetically give a 6-game suspension, he could serve it during the time that he wasn't going to play anyway. And then you'd be able to flip him and get even more capital. Say you did give up 3 first-rounders right now, you'd probably be able to get 5 next year if it's all resolved. And if Tua flames out this year, bam, you got your back up. So I wouldn't even be opposed of it. And do me a favor, all y'all sitting around here, stop the Watch and Talk. Make sure you own every thread on Twitter, Instagram, ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS. Make sure you visit all of their threads and tell them to stop the Watch and Talk. See, y'all comfortable coming over here telling me to stop it, but won't say a word to the major networks. I didn't start this today. I didn't start this today. Stop the Watch and Talk. Go over, because you watch them, you listen to them, you get their notifications. Go over there and tell them to stop it, but you won't. Y'all want to pick on little TD. It kills me. And anybody who's saying this is all fake, you need to go get yourself checked out. Anybody who thinks that all of this is fake at this point, anybody who thinks that none of this is true at this point, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't start this. Anybody who thinks that these reports are fake needs to go seek attention, medical attention. It's ridiculous. At this point, listen, the Miami Dolphins have had so many opportunities to just come out and say it's not true. And I know for it to be true for a fact. I know for it to be true. You don't think this bothers Tua Tagovailoa? I think that this affects him. And if the Miami Dolphins really cared, it's nothing to pick up the phone to any one of them beat writers that they got their numbers. Hey, listen, I'm going to put it out through you. The Miami Dolphins have not pursued Deshaun Watson. They are not interested. And you can go ahead and report this as a source close to the organization has said. Any one of the beat writers come out and say that, all y'all talk about is fake. You be the main ones reposting it on your Instagram, reposting it on your Twitter, reposting it everywhere. Oh, this fake. Armando said it. Whoever said it. You'll be sitting there naming the beat writer that said it. Oh, they already for somebody, and you know they tied in. That's what you be. You be all on Twitter. It's fake, bro. Armando just reported that the organization, source in the organization, said it ain't true. Any one of them beat writers, y'all would have been all on Twitter and Instagram posting that. And the Dolphins could have easily took care of that and got that done. Easily. End of it. This is a fake story. Get out of here. Y'all know it's real. The fifth time where it's nationally on a national stage. Every outlet just about reporting it. Every outlet telling you. Mike Florio, where it don't get no higher than that in credibility, telling you. That's where it all started. It don't get no higher than that. But it's all good. I done told y'all. Y'all don't, let me be honest with y'all. Y'all don't understand the negativity that Greer might be facing. I want y'all to really think about this. Because Tua's better, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all that now. Tua has improved, Tua is better. But I just clearly think that they realize Tua will never reach Deshaun Watson's level. He'll never reach his level. And they always saying we strive to make every position better every chance we get it. If we got an opportunity to do it, we will pursue it. See, you know what I mean? I'm going to be honest with y'all. What also bothers me about this, some of y'all really don't know football because you don't study other players. Some of y'all, the way y'all talk, it shows y'all don't know football. Some of y'all act like y'all don't know how good Deshaun Watson really is. And we talking football here, not all that other stuff. Some of y'all act like y'all really don't know how good Deshaun Watson is. That's what it comes down to. That's what it truly comes down to. Some of y'all don't realize how good Deshaun Watson is. You never watched him in Houston because it ain't your team. First you even cared of thinking about him was when this stuff happened about him possibly replacing Tua. And automatically some of you, I don't like this guy because he's going to replace the one you love so much. So you never even took the time to actually go see how good he really is. That's what it really is. That's what it really is. You never took the time to actually stop and go see how good he really is. Oh my gosh. It's crazy to me, man. Somebody said, TD, okay, dude. We see who you are. You hating on Tua now? Hey, Kevin, you must be new to the channel. Ain't nothing changed about me. If you want to call it hate, that's your business. I don't hate on Tua. I just speak facts. If you want to equate that to hating, well, this is what you're going to get, bro. You're going to get facts. Now, I do recognize we live in a world today where facts that you don't like is hating. That's the definition. They need to go ahead, change Webster. They need to go ahead, update the definition of hating. What is hating? Go look it up in the dictionary. They need to go ahead and change the dictionary and say when someone gives you a fact that you don't like, they are hating. And I'm good with that. So call me a hater. I'm a hater. I am a hater. If that's what you want to say. Hating on Tua. Let me ask you, everybody who say I'm hating on Tua, is he better than Watson? That's my point exactly. That's my point exactly. My point exactly. Is he better than Watson? And if you say yeah, you're showing how ignorant you are. Stop that foolishness. Stop that foolishness. Grow up. Grow up. Y'all want to sit here and argue back and forth over some stupidity. I'm not finna argue with you about no stupidity no more. Grow up. Call it fair and call it honest. Man, ain't no better than Watson, not even freaking close, and that's a fact. Call it how it is. Ain't even close. Stop that mess, man. Yeah, I said it ain't even close. When we gonna stop the foolishness? Gotta stop that mess, man. And this is what I gotta argue with. People with this foolishness. Can't just call it. See, we can have a detailed and a high-level conversation if we would just be honest. We can have a debate if you just be honest. And y'all call me delusional. Oh, man. And y'all call me delusional. Anybody who can out of their mouth say that Tua Tagovailoa is better than Deshaun Watson right now. Oh, man. Y'all better stop this. Oh, my gosh. Y'all, see, this is what we argue with. This is what I got to sit here and argue with. This is what I got to contend with. Y'all stop that mess, man. Please stop. TD, check your Twitter. Why y'all want me to check Twitter, man? Y'all keep telling me to check Twitter. Oh, boy. Per my sources, an agreement between the Texans and the Dolphins has been reached. Deal to be finalized in the coming days. Deshaun Watson will be a Miami Dolphin. Listen, like I said, I'm not even concerned about any of that. All of this, these people coming out saying per sources and stuff. When it happened, it happened. Right now, it's Tua time. Let's go Tua. Let's go win this Super Bowl. And if they trade for Deshaun Watson, it still might be Tua time. But what I'm not going to do is let these people sit here and write this false narrative and try to go against what's common sense. TD, the FBI after him. See, I'm talking football right now. And I know who you're probably listening to, because all these people you listen to about his outside of football situation, all you want to do is hear the bad. But don't bring up FBI to me, because the FBI is also investigating the other party for extortion. You read the freaking article. The article about the FBI entering into the investigation. What's the top of the list on the FBI? They are investigating extortion. And what is extortion, ladies and gentlemen? Threatening somebody with something to get money out of them. Because they already got evidence on a few of them already saying, if you don't pay me X amount, I'm going public with this. That's extortion. That is illegal. So some of the women are actually being investigated by the FBI as well. But nobody want to report that or talk about that. But some of y'all who want to get your information, just hear what everybody else got to say, do your own research. This whole thing is a mess. At the end of the day, I've agreed I'm finna talk football. And when it comes to football, it's a no-brainer if you get the right deal. It's a no-brainer if you get the right deal. Simple as that. All these people, if they trade for Watson, I won't be a Dolphin fan anymore because I have daughters. You shouldn't be a Dolphin fan now then, because the simple fact that they're talking about it, stop being a Dolphin fan now. How about it? Why you got to wait till they trade them? They talking about it. They talking about it. Stop being a fan right now. I tell you, man. If you really feel that way, just for the simple fact that they in entertaining it should stop you then. That should stop you alone. Principle alone. Because this is what your team stands for. How about that? Yeah, I'm calling some of y'all out. How about that? How about that? If you truly feel that way, if they get him, you will stop being a Dolphin fan. Then guess what? They having conversations about doing it. Stop being a fan now. Just the thought that they are entertaining should stop you, right? If you're really that convicted. If you really want to convict him now and say he's guilty, then stop being a fan now because they talking about it. I want to see what Tua got. Watson can be a backup until we see otherwise. I ain't opposed to that either. See, I like that comment. You see what I mean? I want to see Tua in the regular season too. I want to see if it's a fad or if it's real. Because that's another thing. He ain't played nobody yet. I want to see him in the regular season. I want to see it too, even if they traded for Watson today. If they can keep Tua, that's beautiful. Let's see Tua play. Sit Watson. You ain't got to rush that. You don't have to rush that. Let him sit there and sit on the side. Let him hold a clipboard and mentor. I'm with it. It's Tua time. Until something actually officially happens, it is Tua time. So don't get bent out of shape about this report. We got 530 people watching. Y'all hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. TD, what would you give for Watson because they want 3 firsts? That depends on if they're going to accept conditional picks or not. So if they don't accept conditional picks, I give away 2 firsts in 1 second. Done. If they can accept conditional picks, I'll give the 3 firsts in 2 seconds, and I get 2 of those first round picks back if it don't work out, and a second back. If he ends up getting having a criminal charge or he gets suspended for more than, let's say, 6 games, you get half of that back. I'm good with that. See, this is what we amassed all this draft capital before. This is what we amassed all this draft capital for. We got the assets to do whatever we want, and guess what? Next year we'll even have the money to do whatever we want. I'm actually, when I look at it, I'm like, man, we built the roster this well to where we'll have all this extra money and stuff next year. Because y'all got to think about it. Next year, they'll be considering like Agba, Gesicki, and Will Fuller. Outside of that, everybody else isn't like this big priority unless they earn they do. But we'd be straight. We'd be straight. We got money. We got draft capital and a team that's ready to compete now. Nobody can say that, ladies and gentlemen. No team can say they have a contention type team and still be top 5 in the NFL with the cap next year and not lose a lot of pieces. Christian Wilkins isn't yet. They can decide to do it early next year if they want, but they don't have to. They still got a few years on that. And don't forget, some of these guys got 5th-year options too. They got 5th-year options. Watson can play this year. I know he can play this year, but you don't have to. You don't have to. He doesn't have to. And like I said, if I were Miami and they made a deal like this, I would be trying to get him to resolve the situation as fast as possible so that if there was a suspension by the league, it could happen this year while Tua is still playing. This is stuff that make me laugh, y'all. I want y'all to read the screen. Unsubscribe just now. It was so important for them to let me know. You see what I be talking about? It was so important for them to let me know. I gotta let him know that I unsubscribed. It's always funny to me. You know what? People follow the truth. And every time it be when I have one of these conversations and I speak that hard truth that a lot of people don't want to hear, it'd be like 15, 20 people unsubscribe. And then the next day I wake up and I look at my screen and I'm like, oh, we gained 100 subscribers. Every time. People gravitate to the truth. The only people that don't like hearing the truth, they run away. And that's all good. Ain't nothing I said so far hasn't been true or a fact. You just don't like to hear the truth. Some people want to live in this perfect bubble where they hear nothing but what they want to believe, even if it's not the truth. TD, what you sipping on, hen dog? Man, I get my hen H2O, my good old water. That good old water. Anyway, man, y'all gotta stop, man. I see some of y'all in the comment section trying to make jokes about Tua, man. That's our quarterback, man. Oh man, dear diary. Today TD said that Tua isn't a top 5 quarterback, so I had to unsub and let him know. Oh man, that's funny. Dear diary, today TD said Tua is not a top 5 quarterback, so I had to unsub. Hey, but you know how funny that is? That's exactly what's happening. He said Tua not top 5. I can't forget him. Oh man, like I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I ain't gonna lie, the Tua ears are deep, bro. I can start a channel right now and say, I can name the channel Tua best quarterback in the NFL. I'll probably have 50,000 subscribers tomorrow. Oh man, they'll get mad at you. You don't call him the best quarterback in the NFL. At least give them top 10, TD. Oh my gosh. Are we never going to make somebody earn something? Man. And them same people would be mad at me if I say Noah Igbenogany is the top corner in the league. Them same people would be mad at me for saying, they'd be like, man, why you sitting there saying that ridiculousness? Them same people. Somebody said make the channel. Oh my gosh, man. It's amazing though, man. But I ain't gonna lie. Everybody that's been subscribed to me for a long time, they know I go on these rants. And some of y'all may be like, TD, you ain't got to push people buttons like this. I intentionally go a little further. I intentionally give you the examples and pick on those people. You know why? Because it helps make a healthier conversation when we get rid of them. I intentionally push on the issue a little bit. Y'all see that ass? It's fresh out the shower. I push on the issue a little bit extra for all them sensitive people because we can have better, more productive conversations going forward when we get rid of them. Y'all don't understand. This month alone, we added 700 subscribers. I'm telling you, at least 50 of them ain't here to help the conversation. So sometimes I don't mind having these conversations. People like, bro, you would be growing. You would be so big right now if you wouldn't. I want to have productive, beautiful conversations. Not all of this denying the truth. Tua better than Watson. Tua is the top 3 quarterback in the NFL. I'm not finna sit here and be telling no lies. No, not gonna happen, man. Hit that like button, man. We got 13 dislikes, man. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's validation. And one of the biggest issues is some people stick around just to be negative. Oh, you're trash, but you're watching. Oh, you're trash, but you're subscribed. For the life of me, I don't understand that. That is the one piece that I just don't understand. Why would you watch somebody that you feel is that way? And why would you come around every single stream that tells me you do not have a life? You do not have a life whatsoever. Okay. And now disagreement is one thing. You could disagree with me. It's those people that start hating. They start saying all the dumb stuff. But I ain't gonna lie. I gotta be honest with y'all. Today, man, I can't stand Josh Allen. But y'all saw that 50-yard pass this man threw on a bullet for that touchdown. I'm just sitting there watching that replay. And I'm on one hand, I'm watching the replay, and the other hand, I'm over here, Tua or Watson. Oh, did you see where I forgot who was it? Was it Armando? I forgot which beat writer wrote it. They say they spoke to a personnel in the AFC East or whatever, personnel manager or whatever, like a general manager in the AFC East, right? They said that in their conversation with the general manager said the Dolphins are good. I like what they've done, but they don't scare us. We don't fear them. And they asked, what if we got Watson? All they said was that would not be good for us. That's the difference. I didn't say that. That's what the manager said on another team in the AFC East. Dolphins are good. I like what they've done, but we don't fear them. With what they've done on their roster right now, we don't fear them. And they said, what if you get what if we got Watson? Then that's not good for us. And it don't get more factual than that. Shout out to Ricardo Joseph with the donation, said, preach team first. Exactly. You do what's best for the team. How many times, Flores and Greer, we are always trying to upgrade this roster at every position. If there's an opportunity to make our roster better at any position, we're gonna explore that option. We're gonna explore, and let me be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. What really bothers me about this Watson Tua situation? Here's what really bothers me. I'm truly convinced that if Watson never had any legal issues, we would still be arguing it on this same level. And that's what bothers me. That's what bothers me. People would still be arguing on this same level, even if there were no legal issues. And that's where the delusion has set in at a oh my gosh. You know why I know that? Before the allegations even came out, who was live saying the Miami Dolphins going to get Deshaun Watson? Before it even came out, before anybody even knew about any allegations, I was saying the Miami Dolphins are going to get Deshaun Watson on this channel. I told y'all the deal is already done. I told y'all on this channel before anything broke. And what were they doing with me? They were arguing. Yeah, but his salary. Who wants to pick up the... Were they not? Some of y'all remember who were here long enough. They were arguing with me then. It was like his situation gave them a sigh of relief. Oh, now I can still act like I'm a real Dolphin fan and have a reason not to want him. That's kind of how I feel about it. Let me see. If you're not from Miami and don't understand Miami football, kick rocks and stop hating on TD. Man, it's crazy, man. We can't give too many picks for Watson, though. I agree. I'm one of those individuals. See, this is where the quality conversation come in, but they'll swear that I never had this conversation. They'll swear that I never had this conversation. Yeah, you can't give up no farm. You can't give up the farm for Watson at this point. It has to be conditional picks if you do. See, ain't nothing wrong with it if you do conditional picks. If he's going to end up being in serious trouble and things come down on him hard and you can get draft capital back, then that's fine. But you don't do a straight up trade, especially for no real capital. Kenneth said no one is hating on TD, just no consistency on his comments. Kenneth, I welcome you to join, or at least in the comment section, tell me where I have been contradictory or where I'm not consistent. I will listen. I will sit around and wait right now for your response on giving me an example of the lack of consistency or the contradiction. Please tell me, because it's when people make those comments that just aren't true. They're trying to justify how they feel about not liking what I'm saying. You don't like what I'm saying, and you're trying to find words to put behind justifying the way that you feel. So what lack of consistency? This chat needs an age limit or an adult. Trust me, these are grown men and women that are making these comments. In many cases, I promise you, these are grown people making these comments. You don't say what they want, so it's inconsistent. I know. And I'm trying to give him an opportunity because I'm sitting here waiting on the comment just in case I can get it. Because I want to make sure, because he might say, this is how you did. And I'm like, oh, I see what you're saying. You're right. See, that's another thing about me. If I do something and you're able to point that out, oh, that makes sense. I didn't even realize it, and I'll acknowledge that. But I'll wait. Somebody said agree to disagree. Nothing's wrong with that. We can agree to disagree all day. That's fair. But saying that I'm lying, saying that I'm inconsistent, saying this and that, where is that? Where is that? Anybody can help them. Anybody can help them right now, because there's people watching right now that feel like, hey, this is inconsistent. Help me out. Put it in the comment section. I want to read. Slim, why don't you help him? Slim said Kenneth hit it right on the head, 100. Help him out, because I haven't heard him reply yet. So you can help him, Slim. Help him, Slim. Somebody said he will not comment again. Maybe he will. Maybe he's just writing it. He just wanted his 10 seconds of fame. I don't know. Maybe he will. Maybe he's just writing. But he got an ally now. So Slim, go ahead and help him out since he hit it on the head. Maybe you're still here, Slim, and you can elaborate. TD, do you want Watson? Depends on the price. Depends on the price. That's like saying if he's free, yeah, I want him. Depend on the price. It's that simple, man. I mean, it just how much will we be willing to pay for Watson? See, the truth is, some of these guys, even if he was free, they would feel the same way. So that's what I'm talking about here. Tua has played one season, and now we're done with him. Freak out of here. Who said we were done with Tua? Did anyone say we were done with Tua? Did anyone say we were done with Tua, ladies and gentlemen? Nobody's done with him. Nobody said anything about trading Tua. Nobody said anything about cutting Tua. If they got Watson, Tua's still our starting quarterback right now this year. And it's still his job to lose. So how many times I got to say, it's Tua time. Tua is our guy. Tua is our starting quarterback. They trade for Watson right now. If he's not a part of that package, it's Tua time. It's simple, man. Tua has the best backup in the NFL. That would be a good one, right? That would be crazy, man. Tua and Watson together, awesome. And that'll help Tua's game. Y'all remember when this show first started? When I first started talking about Watson, I said it could also be an investment to where once his situation is resolved, they could still trade Watson again for even more than what they paid for him. And that would even be a good asset. See, and I told y'all they're not going to say that I said these things. They're just going to try to hang on to the things that they don't like. So when it comes to Tua Tagovailoa, we could get Watson and Tua could still end up being the guy. Some of y'all say he better than Watson anyway, so what you worried about? What you worried about? That's what you got to understand. If they traded for Watson right now, they could still just sit Watson just like Houston was doing due to the situation. And Tua has every opportunity to go out there and ball out every single week. And when the season is over and we don't won the Super Bowl or we don't went far into a ball, now they can go make Watson a profit. They can make a profit from Watson. They can go get a profit. But somehow that's still me hating on Tua. And the truth is, some of y'all don't want Watson nowhere near the building because you're scared. Deep down inside, you know he won't live up to his level. Why do you have little faith in Tua? That's the truth. Some of these people got little faith in Tua, especially if you put him up against another quarterback in Deshaun Watson. Some of them nervous. Like, man, well, we know he's not going to beat him out. What you nervous for? You act like you saying he better anyway. So you shouldn't even care. You shouldn't even care. I mean, think about it. If Tua come out and do what he's supposed to do this year, we're going far. And if you truly believe that, ain't no quarterback can come take his spot. If Tua do his job this year, we are going far. I say we could win it all with him. If he do his job, right? And if you truly believe that, you think they're going to replace him with Watson at the end of the season if he wins? No. It's the Herbert situation. They ain't going to trade for Herbert, is they? No, because they got the answer. All Tua got to do is go out and show that he's the answer. It's that simple. What you nervous about? What are you nervous about? Don't be nervous. And I agree. Neon said, TD, at a certain point, those assets we've been adding got to go somewhere. Picks don't get you to the Super Bowl. Top 5 QBs do. I can't really argue that much. I guess I'll close the window right now to keep on reading the comments and waiting on whoever that was earlier that responded, and they never did respond. They never did respond. See, do you think we trading for Watson before the regular season? That's on Greer, bro. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I can't tell you whether we will or not. It just depends on if they can get the price down. It just depends on if they can get the price down. It's that simple, man. If that price come down, he's going to be in Miami. Because people need to just be honest with themselves. They wanted him since the end of last year. They were going to get Watson. If this never happened, Watson would have already done completed camp with Miami right now. That's a fact. And no matter who want to sit here and deny it, that I know to be a fact per people directly in the organization. 1,000% fact. Not no article I read, not no thread. That was a fact. And it never went away, and it kept being grumblings despite all of the allegations and stuff. And people still want to sit out here and live like it's not even real. Like it's fake. They never see. Let me say this. Say the Houston Texans tell Greer right now, listen, at the end of the day, we're stopping all these negotiations. The price is what it is. And Greer says, well, we're going to have to back out. That's respectable. And when they come out and say, Tua's our guy, we're not pursuing Watson. Well, did you pursue him? We don't talk about players that's not on our roster. They'll never tell you. And if he come out and say Tua's our guy, we're not pursuing him. I told you it was all fake, TD. That's why I've been trying to tell you. That's what they're waiting on. That's what they're waiting on. They are waiting on if the deal don't get done to sit there and say, I told you it was all fake. They never was going to. No. Everybody and their mama know the Miami Dolphins have been pursuing Deshaun Watson for the last 5 months, but they're not going to give up the farm for it, and they're going to do it for the right price. Everybody know that. Everybody. What's up, Russell? Hey, I can't click on that, Russell. They waiting on the manufacturer. Gotcha moment. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. And what you think them people gonna do if they trade it? I want y'all to think about that. If they say tomorrow, Miami Dolphins trade for Deshaun Watson, what you think gonna happen? Everybody around here saying, it's fake news. Everybody around here saying I'm unsubscribing because you're an idiot and you believe this. What you think they're gonna do? Huh? For one, Miami, if they try to overcharge, especially with Watson having all this going on, it's Tua time. I've already told y'all that before. The Miami Dolphins need to move on and focus on Tua. I mean, you can't ignore a steal. If Greer can get a steal, you got to do what you got to do. You can't ignore a steal. But outside of that, fair value and all of that capital, it's Tua time. I'm only focused on Tua. And if Tua doesn't do well this year and they don't trade Watson by then, now you can make a decision about throwing the farm into it. Now you could throw the farm into some type of deal like that. It's that simple. But for right now, if it was me, Tua's the priority. Now, if they want to go ahead and give up Watson for a steal, we got all this capital. Even if we fail at it, it's fine. It's worth the risk. I don't care if he got to sit on our roster without playing for 3 more years. Still worth the risk because what you can get back for him eventually if you originally get him for a steal. It's that simple. But if you can't get it for a steal, stop worrying about it. Focus on this team right now. Craig said, look, we all need to just be Dolphin fans. I agree. Either way, Watson or Tua, we need to just win. If we don't win, that's Flo's behind, not ours. It's not Flores' behind. It's not Flores' behind because everybody know Flores wanted, they all wanted Burrow to begin with. They all wanted Burrow to begin with. They tried to trade up to the number 1 spot to get Burrow. And Cincinnati say, we're not giving up this number 1 pick. And then Dan Marino and Brian Flores were Herbert guys, but got superseded. And they selected Tua. And that's why things are funky in Miami. Because here's what you're going to deal with. If Tua doesn't play well this year, and you miss out on Herbert and Watson, that's a fireable offense. That is a fireable offense. If Tua don't pan out to be that dude this year, that is a fireable offense. And not Flores, that's on Greer. That's on Greer. That is straight up on Greer, not Flores. Somebody say we dodged a bullet by not getting Jamar Chase. Greer is going nowhere. I agree he ain't going nowhere. Because at the end of the day, either Tua gonna work out or they just feel like he's not gonna work out and they gonna make this trade. They know right now, in my opinion, whether they believe. See, this trade only has to do with one thing: whether or not Tua can get to Deshaun Watson's level. If they believe Tua can get to Deshaun Watson's level, then they won't make the trade, even at a great price. But I'm going to tell you something. It's interesting that they even entertaining it and talking about it after his offseason. After the offseason that Tua just had. That's all it's about. It's about. That's all it's about. They know right now if they feel if Tua can get to Watson's level or not. That's all that matters. Because it's their job to make this roster better every chance they get. And at the quarterback position, that's a no-brainer. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. You got a top 5 quarterback in the top defense, Super Bowl recipe. Period. Top 5 quarterback, top defense, Super Bowl. Josh Allen ain't had the defense. Josh Allen didn't have a defense. Can Tua be a top 5 quarterback this year? Can Tua be better than every single quarterback in the league with the exception of Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, let's say Josh Allen? Can he be better than everybody else? Can he be better than everybody else with the exception of those 4 to make the top 5? And I didn't answer that. I'm just asking. That's what you got to think about. Can he be top 5? Can he be the number 5 guy? You don't need him to be number 1. Can he be the top 5? Can he be the number 5 guy in the NFL? That's the real question. Because you got the top defense. And not only that, I got to be honest with you. To have the receiving weapons that you have, you at least should be top 10. But will he be top 10 this year? That's another thing you got to consider. Will he even be top 10? Will he be better than Russell Wilson? Will he be better than Watson? I didn't even name those 2. Will he be better than Lamar Jackson? Will he be better than Herbert? Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of quarterbacks we can talk about. I mean, will he even be better than Tannehill this year? I don't know. There are a lot of other quarterbacks that's good too that I'm not even mentioning right now. Will he outplay Kyler Murray? I mean, it's quite a few guys. I'm expecting great things from him too, y'all. But I'm just curious. Put it in the comment section. What do you think he will rank this year? Top what? Will he be number 8? Will he be number 13? Will he be number 20? Let me know in the comment section. Where do you think he would be this year? Where do you think he would be this year? TD is too a doubter. Why though? Because people have to give you evidence for you to say that he's going to be a top 3 quarterback in the NFL this year. Like you want me to blindly say Tua is going to be top 3 or something? That don't make me a doubter. That just makes me an evaluator of where we are right now. Somebody said number 9, number 12. Hey, if he's number 9, that's good enough for me. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just saying. That's good enough for me. That would be good enough for me. Top 16 is the hope, with top 10 showing excellent growth. Tannehill outplayed Watson last year. Well, that's a good point too. But both of them up there. Yeah, he out for the year, Manny. We being realistic. He will be around 10. Okay. And that's another thing we ain't considering. See, we're going to automatically bypass, the Mac Joneses. We're going to automatically bypass, we're going to bypass a lot of quarterbacks. We're just going to automatically bypass a lot of quarterbacks just to automatically put Tua up there. But hey, I think he has the potential to have a really high rating this year, be up there. The goal is for him, I would say a healthy goal would be about 13th. 13th is probably what he needs to achieve this year to feel like, okay, we can move on for the future. 13 would be pretty cool. It ain't superior, it ain't excellent, but 13th would be pretty cool. If he could go ahead and be 13th best QB in the league. Yes. Well, let mommy know, okay? All right, thank you. 13. He has to earn it, TD. I know. I'm not giving him anything. I'm just saying. I think that would be healthy for him to be around 13. That would be pretty decent. And yeah, he got to earn it, man. People ought to. And let me tell you what people doing. They taking training camp and want to say that's good enough to anoint him. When I went to training camp, it made me a believer that Tua could be much better than he was last year. But what people get misconstrued is just because he could be better than he was last year, is that still good enough? Because at the end of the day, everybody's seeing quarterbacks light it up in training camp, get in the regular season, and look pedestrian. Not saying that's going to be Tua. I'm not saying that that's going to be Tua. But we'll see. I just have a feeling Wilson and Jones will ball out, maybe even Lance. I'm saying. I like Tannehill, but he did not have a better season than Watson. Don't give me that win-loss BS. That's a team stat. No, I agree. I just didn't feel like arguing with the individual because it still was a mute point, because both of them I still put up there to where Tua wasn't better than right now. So that's why I didn't argue it. What people need to understand, Watson had like 4,800 yards last year, like 73% completion. The man had a passer rating of his career of like, he's second in NFL history on passer rating in his career. And there's only one guy in the NFL who currently plays in NFL history that has a higher passer rating than Deshaun Watson. Do you know who that is? There is only one quarterback in the NFL right now playing that has a higher passer rating than Deshaun Watson. And matter of fact, no one in NFL history has a higher passer rating in his career. There's only one other, and it's not Tom Brady. It's Patrick Mahomes. By a little itty bitty bit. Patrick Mahomes is number one all time in passer rating, and Deshaun Watson is number 2 all time in passer rating since passer rating was created. Those are your top 2 passer ratings in NFL history. The man threw like 37 or something touchdowns to 7 interceptions. 7 interceptions. How many touchdowns Tua threw last year? I forgot. How many touchdowns Tua threw versus interceptions? Think about that. Think about that. 11-5. 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And Watson had like 37 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. And we all talk about Tua's careful with the ball. That's his strength over a lot of quarterbacks. On Watson's pace, Tua would have 15 interceptions. Actually, like 16 or 17, because I think Watson had 37 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. With a subpar O-line and took one of the best weapons he had from him and threw for 4,800 yards. Like I said, people don't understand how good he is. They stripped him of great talent on that roster and put up 4,800 yards. Only threw 7 interceptions. Man, you can't make this up, man. Anybody that's trying to downplay him from a talent standpoint, no, it's impossible. It's impossible. It is impossible. CJ Smith said he won 4 games. Watson didn't win any games. Watson didn't win any games last year. His team won 4 games. Just like his team lost 12. Tua ain't win no games last year. His team won games and his team lost them too. Every time somebody throw out wins, losses when it come to quarterback, it shows me your quarterback aptitude. It shows me your how you look at football. That is the one stat that has nothing. It is not a quarterback stat. Wins, losses is not a quarterback stat. Tom Brady goes to the freaking Super Bowl and break history over 500 yards thrown and lose. And loses to the Eagles. It's not a quarterback stat. It never has been. That's where these lazy journalists created that crap. I bet you if Tua threw for 4,800 yards, 37 touchdowns and seven interceptions, and we won 4 games, y'all wouldn't be singing that tune. And that's where the problem comes. If that was Tua that put up them stats and we won 4 games, the same people would not be saying this. They turn into wins, losses is a team stat right away. Right away. He only played 9 games. You're missing it. We talk ratios over here. That's why I said the ratio. Tua was basically on pace if you compare it to Deshaun for about 15 interceptions. If he would have threw the same amount of touchdowns, if he would have had the time to throw the same amount, he was on pace for 15. And I ain't even going to say that that's bad. I'm not even going to say that's bad. But Deshaun Watson's is very impressive. 30-something touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I'm telling y'all, it don't get better than that. The TD, the interception was projected out. I know. I just explained it to them. They didn't get it at first. We had 2 Pro Bowlers last year come on like we had some amazing roster. Some of y'all do not realize what Deshaun Watson had on his roster last year, do you? Some of y'all don't realize what this man had on his roster. They took away the best receiver in the NFL, just about, gave him away. The offensive line, one of the most penalized, the only thing they had on that O-line was Laramie Tunsil. Like, do you not know what Houston had over there? We had a better roster than Houston, period. Even with the offensive injuries. And we had a defense that gave our offense more possessions. Why you think Them guys came out after the season, and Deshaun Watson's own teammates came out and apologized for him in front of the world and said, "We are wasting your prime years." You got big name players coming out saying, "I'm sorry, we're wasting you. We're wasting your prime years." That's why he wanted to be traded. I got to get out of here, man. I got to get out of here, man. If you get to the pros, you are a great athlete. I agree. But there are some amazing athletes. See, there's levels to this. That's not sit here and try to bucket everybody together. That's not sit here and act like our defense. If you in the pros, every defender is as good as Aaron Donald. Let's not sit here and act like that. Shout out to Doug in the building. What's up, man? He said, "What's up, bud? How you feeling?" A lot better. I'm good now. Just finishing get my son back to full health, man. We got to stop acting like everybody in the NFL on the same level. We know that if you make it to the league, you're good. But everybody ain't on the same level in the league. There's levels to this. Every receiver ain't Tyreek Hill. Every quarterback ain't Patrick Mahomes. Every running back ain't Derrick Henry. Passing 40 times a game doesn't give you a good QB rating. Watson was awesome. Yeah, man. Please don't tell me it's because he threw the ball 40 times. That has nothing to do with it. TD, people that argue with you are scared of Watson coming to the team, and most not Fins fans. LOL. No, a lot of them are Fins fans, but they just became Fin fans. It just became Fin fans when we drafted Tua. You tell them, TD, this is not a video game. This is the real NFL. Yeah. Well, like I said, man, I'm about to get out of here, but time will tell. If they make the move, they make the move. We move on and we evaluate that and we start talking through it. If they stick with where we are right now, we stick with where we are right now, and it's Tua time. And that's what I'm telling y'all. It's Tua time right now unless the move actually gets done. It's that simple. We don't have to really go back and forth, but if we're going to talk facts, the facts are the facts. It's that simple. That's simple. Engraven, man, I see you in the building, man. Oh, man, how your running back doing, man? Was it minor or is it serious? I seen him getting carried off the field, man. Is it serious? That's what I want to know. It's crazy, man. Engraven said, "I hope y'all get Watson." Yeah. Either way, we're going to destroy the Ravens. Either way, we're going to destroy the Ravens. It don't matter if it's Tua or Watson. Because I saw your video earlier where you talk about not to be cocky, but to swap with the Dolphins, we'll probably have a better record than them, so the compensation to be better. Nah, bro, Greer just fleeced y'all today. We got depth on the O-line. A guy who ain't gonna start, but he's interchangeable. He can play all those interior positions. And what y'all need to realize is the Miami Dolphins next year, we had 2 4th rounders, 2 5th rounders, and 2 6th rounders. We just got too much draft capital. So it's easy for us to call somebody up and say, "Hey, we'll give you our 6th," because we already got one for next year. And y'all give me y'all 7. Let's just swap picks. It really don't matter, but give us the player. That's all, man. Greer sitting here working his little magic because he got all his draft capital that people thinking that, why would we give him a 6th round pick? It didn't matter. We got 2 of them next year. So we'll see. We'll see, man. But anyway, man, I got to get out of here, y'all. I'm about to go hang out with the wife. Enjoy the rest of the night. Y'all hit that like button on your way out or hit the dislike button. It's all engagement. It's all engagement. YouTube appreciates you whether you hit the like or the dislike, as long as the engagement is there where you're interacting. It's appreciated, man. I learned that way I can get even the haters to give me engagement. Go hit the dislike, haters. Oh man. All right, man. But I'm about to get out of here. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. We'll see what the Dolphins do. The ball is in their court. But I'm with Greer. Don't sit here and make no trade unless it's for a price that makes you feel really good, like you got a steal, especially because of his situation, his legal situation right now. So outside of that, man, it's Tua time, y'all. Stop getting all hot and bothered, man. Tua about to do his thing. And if that changes, we'll deal with it when it comes. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I will see y'all later. Peace. I am out. And yes, Finsanity, Rondo probably will be back with the Lakers to bail LeBron James out again. But I'm out of here. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.